Hi everybody, Marty Rubin here, and back for another segment of Marty's Corner. And we have Emily Durand here. Emily is just the busiest person on 2 feet. You know, she's in The Wizard of Oz. She plays Glinda the Good Witch, and she plays Auntie M. And if that wasn't enough, she steps up to the full Monty on the main stage, and she plays the minister and one of the young party ladies, right? Today is Saturday. What is a typical Saturday in the life of Emily Durand?
Saturdays are they're my busiest days, actually. So we have a show for Wizard of Oz at 10:30 in the morning, so I usually get to the theater about 9:30. So we do our show, we do a meet and greet after with the kids, and then I have a little bit of downtime, usually an hour, to go grab some lunch, come back for our matinee at 2:30, and then have a little dinner break, and then come right back for our 7:30 show for Monty. So it's a lot, but I love it.
I'm tired just listening. Just listening. I'm believing.
It's great.
Now, you know, in baseball, when you have a player that can play multiple positions, all right, that gives the team an advantage, and they're indispensable, all right? That's what you're providing to the Argyle Theater, playing multiple roles.
Yeah.
I mean, does that have a special significance to you to play so many roles?
It's really great, like, as an actor, because I know sometimes you can kind of be put in a box to be like, okay, you play this one character all the time, but especially with Full Monty, something so different that I've never gotten to play before. So it's really just cool to like get my creative juices flowing, to like get to tap into all those different places and characters.
Yeah. You know, when we watch the show and the star delivers, you know, the line that gets the laugh, you know, and gets the emotional reaction. To me, it's actors like you that are doing all the right things to put that person in a position to deliver the big line. What does that feel like when that happens on stage and you've done your part? Because that's teamwork, you know, and you've done your part, and the line is delivered and it gets the exact reaction you want.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, you definitely play off of the people that are on the stage with you. And it really just depends on the audience, it depends on how everyone's feeling that day, and just how, like, things flow between each other. And yeah, it's just, especially with like Full Monty and Wizard of Oz, like, there's certain moments that, like, you can kind of sense like how the audience is feeling, right. And you can kind of pick up on that and say, okay, like, this is the timing that, like, they're gonna react to.
Right.
So yeah, it just kind of, it's situational, but like it feels great.
It looks good too. Wizard of Oz. Why do you think the audiences love that show so much?
It's such an iconic show. I mean, it was my favorite movie growing up. My grandfather was a musician in the big bands with Tommy Dorsey and Ralph Flanagan.
Wow.
Yeah, so the big bands were like a big part of my childhood, and so was the Wizard of Oz and that style of music, swing music. So I, like, personally, that was like something I grew up on, but it's just such an iconic thing, and back in the 30s, it was when color was first coming out with television and movies and everything, so it was something so milestone about it, I think.
Yeah,
and I think it's just still, like, it's such a great story that still rings true today, that, like, there is no place like home, and the people who love you will always be there and accept you and love you, and hopefully,
nice.
and
It's nice. Now, you mentioned earlier about the meet and greet, and literally we just came off the meet and greet, you know, and you were in your Glinda Good Witch outfit, and you react so well with the kids. I mean, I was watching the kids, they come up to you, big smiles on their faces, and you're signing autographs, you're taking pictures. That's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, it really is. It's honestly like part of the best part about children's theater, you know, because you get to meet them after the show and see how the show affected them, and see how engulfed in the stories and the characters that they are, because they really do think that you are Glinda the Good Witch, you know, and so sometimes they'll even be afraid of Marquez, who plays the Wicked Witch sometimes, and, you know, I'll have to be like, it's okay, she has no power here, like, just move along, it's fine, you know. So, but it's really such a blast to get to kind of see the reactions.
Oh, yeah. Now, you've been in you know, all the children's shows here. It's been so nice watching you. What did it feel like when you got the word that you were making the jump to the main stage to the full Monty?
Yeah, I was ecstatic. Really. It was not the show in the season that I actually thought would be a good fit for me, which is so funny. And then I didn't know really too much about the show, and then once I did my research and stuff before the callback, I really kind of just like fell in love with it. I was like, oh, this is so funny. Like, this is such a great story.
Yes.
And then get to work with, you know, all the Broadway veterans in our show, and to work with Evan has just been amazing, and Eugenio, our choreographer, and it's just been, it's amazing. Like,
what do you see as the central message of the Full Monty?
Full Monty? I would say there's a lot of different ones, but I think really just accepting yourself for who you are is a big one. I think the men at the beginning, they want to put on the show because they are going to make a lot of money and stuff, but I think towards the end of it, their arc is that they end up doing it for themselves, to accept themselves, and each one of them has something different that they are struggling with.
Right.
And so it's really cool because the audience members can see themselves on stage, like in one of the characters or another, or, you know, so yeah, self-acceptance I think is like a big one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Emily, thank you so much for being on Marty's Corner. If you want to come and see this young actress all day on Saturday and Sunday, killing it in The Wizard of Oz, we're going to be playing Saturday morning and Sunday morning at 10:30. We have a special show this Monday, Columbus Day. All you kids that are off from school, come on down at 10:30. And then next week is the last week of the full Monty. We added a show Wednesday night, so we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 shows Saturday next weekend, and closing on October 20th. So can't wait to see you all down here at the Argyle Theater.